guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah, and here on my channel I post lifestyle, university and physiotherapy related content. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss a video. Here's my housemate, Yonella.
Hi guys.
And we're here to talk about this one incident that I never shared with you guys. It was at the start of this academic, well not this academic year, but the start of the year, and when we first moved to Birmingham, where our house got broken into. Yeah, so the reason Yonella's here is because Yonella was the G.I. Joe, the bad man up in this situation, and basically refused to take no for an answer. So yeah, we'll get into that really.
Yes, so you can start.
Okay, so it was a lovely summer day, and we went to uni, had a lovely day. It was Yonella's birthday, well, had just been her birthday, and we were like, let's go to Nando's. I was like, bless, yes, let's go to Nando's. You know me, played benchball, love benchball. I was like, meet you at Nando's. So we're at Nando's, eating, chilling, having a nice time, and then obviously we come back and realize it was the most expensive Nando's we have ever had.
For me, yeah.
Well, for you, yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, don't ruin the story. Anyway, it's cool.
Okay, sorry.
So, let's set the scene. We come back, it's like maybe 7 or something, whatever, and we cannot get through the front door. So I'm a bit just like, why can't we get through the front door? Come to realize, someone had put a chair behind our front door, stopping us from entering the property, obviously. And we'll insert some clips if I have some clips. I think you might have some clips of what the rooms look like. But basically, doors are all kicked in, things taken, like jewelry, both of our iPads, your MacBook. I think you had way more stuff taken. Like,
yeah.
For me, it was just my iPad. Literally, the one day I leave it is the one day the place got broken into. But the camera didn't get taken, so that's great. But
you were lucky, that's why.
Honestly, I think it's because they got distracted by the fact that the iPad was, they were like, oh, easy win. So my room, literally, you could tell it was entered because of the door. But other than that, it looked like nobody had really messed with the room in comparison to Yonella's room, which looked like someone had ransacked it.
Yes, and my room, I just cleaned it with the day before. And also, like, my mom had this kind of weird feeling when I bought the MacBook, saying, Yonella, do the insurance, Yonella, do the insurance. Because I have a feeling you won't have this MacBook for long. And me and Dad, obviously, we started laughing, saying, come on, we call her witch, because everything she says unfortunately happened. Yes, and I did the insurance. And then I came back and she said we went for Nando's, and as soon as I came back, her room was the cleanest room ever. While mine, it was like they even went through my dirty clothes. I know.
Like, I remember seeing, like, because, like, she has a big skeleton, you know, typical physio student, but, like, the big skeleton was on the floor as well, and I was like, don't fuck. Like, so yeah, it was pretty violent in that sense. But of course, call the police, and they're useless, of course. Yeah, honestly, absolute joke. So anyway, also had to tell our landlord, wow, this woman is a piece of work. Anyways, I'm not gonna name names. No names.
No, obviously.
I will have to bleep it. I'm not doing that. But anyway, so it was annoying. Like, rang our landlord, came round, and like, obviously told her the house got broken into. Rushed over. Fair enough. Touching everything. Kept touching everything. It was literally like, dude, these police might want prints. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I won't stop touching things. What the hell? Like, you know what I mean? It was the most irritating thing. And like, waiting for the police to come, honestly, it was wild. And I understand, obviously, when it's not, the person's not in the property at the time, and you're not under attack at that present time, they take their sweet time. But let's just get this straight for the record. I ain't a fan of my landlord. So then having to spend that extra time waiting for the police was not the one. Okay, like, you know what I mean? It's just bit like...
And it was so cold as well, and she kept the doors and windows open, and we were freezing, especially me.
And I was just like, come on, like, really? But yeah, so obviously we realised our stuff had been taken, police came, and they did what they had to do, they checked, landlord left. Well, Yonella's gonna take over for the rest of the story, because Yonella went on the hunt, because I decided, I was like, oh, you know, even though I'd pretty much not just bought my iPad, but I bought the iPad recently as a graduation gift for myself for my undergrad, I was kind of just like, oh, well, that's freaking annoying. And of course, I didn't have the Apple ID password and all that, so I was locked out of mine. Whereas Yanela obviously decided to track it, and she can tell you the rest.
Okay, so I did have my tracking on both iPad and MacBook. So what happened, I think you forgot to mention at 1:30, the other guy came who took all the prints.
Oh yeah, I mean they did all the checks. Yeah.
So then he left, and she went to sleep. You always she locked her door.
Yeah, the thing is, they kicked the door in, and the door was so fucked up. Like, how are you gonna lock that? Like, it was the most uncomfortable sleep.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and I think it was bonfire night as well. Around like it was coming up to that point as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it was like you're hearing fireworks constantly. You don't know what the hell you're hearing.
Exactly. So she went fast to sleep, and then I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. It wasn't because of my stuff, because on MacBook I didn't have anything for my uni or any picture or stuff, but it was the iPad. The iPad, I had all my work. I had confidentiality for the patient and things like that, which was only just for me. So I tracked it. And then she was sleeping, and then at 4:00 a.m. You can say the rest.
Yeah, honestly, 4 a.m, me fast asleep. Bear in mind, like she said, I always lock my door. That comes into my room. Right, I wake up, I'm like, who the fuck? Like, honestly, because I don't, in this house, I don't get people walking in because it's always locked. She's like, I'm gonna go get the iPad, and I'm like, what? Like, you're half asleep, like, what is this girl saying? She's like, yeah, I've tracked it, I found it, I'm going around there. And I'm like, wait, what time is it? 4 a.m, this girl wanted to play Vigilante. What? Where is this girl going? Yeah, basically she wasn't playing, so we had to, like, even though I didn't want to go because I was like, it's not really a wise situation to go around at a place at 4 a.m, and I was like, call the police. Tell the police where where it is, hoping it would distract you. And hoping they would go there, and they were like, "Oh, if you want your iPad, go get it." I was like, "No, what? I was expecting the police to have some reasoning and tell her like, "No, go to sleep. We'll go there in the morning." Yeah, go get it. Me just like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, are you serious? This is your reasoning?" But yeah. So next thing you know, boop, we're in the car. I'm gonna go around there because end of the day, I mean, like, realistically though, even if I stayed and you went round there and something did happen, I'd go down for it either way. So I might as well be there. So I'm just like, I might as well come along. So yeah.
So yeah, I've seen the area. The area was really posh one. It was all bungalows. And then you've explained to me obviously that what we are doing is a profession where we need to have our how is that called, the police thing?
Basically, your DBS has to be clear.
Oh, yeah,
so I was saying one of the reasons why I didn't originally want to go, and I was willing to let the iPad go, because I was like, at the end of the day, it's just an iPad. You can rebuy an iPad. Yes, it's annoying and it's a piss take that someone came in and invaded your privacy and took your belongings. But at the end of the day, I'm like, we're healthcare students. We can't do things like this, because if you do things like this, it puts you at risk. And we luckily enough, no one answered the door or whatever like that. But can you imagine, we went there and my concern was, if we went there, someone answered the door and we got into an altercation with them, we can't really, we have no leg to stand on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we worked too hard to get to this point to come ruin it over an iPad. Like, I was like, no.
I completely agree with you, yeah.
Well, in the moment you didn't. Anyway, that was my reason. It's the whole point. And then it got to a point where I was like, I'm not telling Mariah anything, because I kept going, just ignore it, leave it, it's fine, leave it, trying to be like responsible. Don't get me wrong, I was pissed inside.
You didn't seem pissed.
Yeah, because I have to be calm, because realistically, there's no point me flying off the handle and doing something that would get me in harm, put myself in harm, or jeopardize my career. You know what I mean? When I've come so far. So I'm just like, it's not very wise to do that in that sense. But I was like, okay, I want to tell Mariah, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, even if she knew I disagreed with it. Completely disagreed. I was like, just let it go. It's fine, just let it go. Yes, I'm letting it go. Yes, it's fine. What iPad? What MacBook? I'm not tracking it anymore. Lies. Absolutely.
I know. So yeah, I actually lied, but then my mom, she felt the vibe from me. I think maybe because she knows me as a person, that I don't give up easy and I keep trying and trying until and unless something completely breaks down. So next day I went to the area again. I searched the area, nothing. Then I'm going the third time. So I went 2 days in a row, and the third time I'm going, I'm like, I'm not leaving this place until and unless I find something. And then I knock at every single door. I know.
That's the bit that I was like, what the, like, what? I would never do that. Like, I like how you went down that route, and I went down I'm gonna ring Apple and tell Apple my thing's been stolen. And okay, Apple, here's a code. Oh, if the person brings it in, okay, and they try and unlock it. All right, Apple, and then you let me know what store is that. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go down that route, call the miles, and you're like, where's my shit? Like,
No.
but you know, but like,
I was so calm, so I knocked my door. So basically, I had to think about a lie because I couldn't say, here, my name is this, and I'm looking for my stuff. So please give me my stuff. So I didn't do that. So I went in, so not in, but I knocked and I said, oh, my name is this, and I have a tracking on my bag. But I lied because the tracking wasn't on my bag, but I had to do some lies in order to find my stuff, right? So I said that I have a tracking on my bag and my iPad. I wish I could have said the same thing for my MacBook as well, but I didn't anyway. So the first lady said, oh no, I have a kid, I didn't steal anything, but you can come in and you can check the garden. So I was like, no, that's fine, because I'm not a police and I don't want to enter in your house because I wouldn't like someone else to enter my house. So I left. And then I went and I knocked the second house. The second one was elderly people, so no chance. Those elderly, come on, like. And then I went to the third door. So the young lady was quite rude. So she said, "Oh, I don't want to answer anything. My dad can talk with you when he comes home." So I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry in case if I disturb you." And then I went to my parking. And I was thinking what to do because all the neighbors said no. But as per my analysis, I thought and I felt the first lady. I know, even though she has a baby. Anyway, and then I went back because I started my car. I went to the roundabout and I was about to take left to come home. And something inside of me said turn around. So I turned around. I went again and then I looked in the park, so their houses, their bungalows in line, and behind their bungalows is a park. And then I looked in the park, and it was hidden under like the rubbish and stuff. And I just take my bag, and I couldn't believe that was my bag because it's been there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it was like 3 days or something.
3 days.
Because it happened like over a weekend. Like happened on a Thursday, and then like we had the Friday, and I had to leave because I had to go back home to work, and then I remember like coming back the Monday. I think it was, yeah. I came back.
Yeah. And then I opened my bag, and then I found my iPad, her iPad, my MacBook charger, but no MacBook charger.
That's the thing that I didn't understand. I'm like, why leave the charger?
Because that's like £80.
I'm like, surely you want the charger, especially
Exactly.
Apple. Like, you want the charger. Like, anyway. But no, yeah, because I remember like coming out of the train station, like when I got back in Birmingham, and then like I saw a text from you going, I have your iPad, and I was like, one minute. I think I was on the phone to someone else at the time, and then I saw it, I was like, this girl's playing a prank, this isn't even funny. Like, thing is, it was at the point where I didn't really use the iPad as much before, but then not having it, I was like, I want to use it, and this is very irritating not having it. Like, it got to a point where like, because you know when you have certain apps on there, and then you're like trying to set up passwords from the other end to block it, so you're like, you're not getting free Netflix, block, like,
oh,
you know, I got a passcode on it now and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the moment they took it, I was like, rang up my sister because it's under her, and I'm like, yo, put passcode on that. They are not about to watch TV for free. Put a code on that. You must be mad. Not my shows. No, bing. Like, so now I had to put passcode on every single time. Very irritating. But yeah, no, I remember getting that, like, the text, and I rang you, and I'm like, where are you? And you're like, I'll come pick you up. I'm like, no, I'm already on the bus. Where you at? Like, literally. But it was funny, and again, back to the useless police.
Yes, so then what happened, I think on the second day when I was searching my iPad, the police came at our door, And I said, yes, it's me who I got like almost 30,000 pounds stuff stolen. Would you mind coming with me at this house? So they said, no, we can't. We need a warrant to get into the house. And I'm like, hell no, a warrant when I know the address, because they said to me the tracking is not accurate enough. And I'm like, it is very accurate because I know from my own experience, because I had my phone stolen many years ago, and the app, the Find My iPhone, is very, very accurate. So they was basically useless, and they won't fight for your stuff. So my suggestion to the student is, if you have a MacBook or something very expensive, don't keep it in your house. Like, try and take it whenever you go if you can. She was quite lucky. Her camera wasn't taken because it was in a really good
hiding space.
place.
No, but the thing is, though, it's like, I wouldn't even say just take your things with you all the time, because it's not realistic to be able to take. Because it was very annoying. Like, after that period where they broke into the house, we wouldn't ever leave any gadgets in the house. Like, we wouldn't leave anything. But then it would be irritating, because if you're like walking or whatever, you've got to carry every single thing with you.
I know.
But then the thing is, that doesn't limit your chances of anybody robbing you, because you could get robbed on the street and then they could take your stuff off you straight in the back. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't limit your chances. You just kind of weigh up your situation.